they sent me to Oklahoma City, excuse me, which was the farm team of the Maple Leafs at the time. And about two and a half months into it, Ray Mirren, who was our coach and GM, called me to the office and said, look, the Leafs called. They want you to come up. Are you ready? And I looked at him and said, of course I'm ready. He said, okay, well, here's your flight information, and off I went. I called my dad because my dad was very, very instrumental in my playing. He had played at BU, and then he went to war. He was in the Battle of the Bulge, came back. But that said, I got the call, and it was, of course, Hockey Night in Canada.
Wow.
Where 7 million people sit around the TV and watch the game, right? And, of course, I got there, and the hotel was across the street. I was nervous, couldn't nap or do anything. So I went to the rink and I looked around, familiarized myself, went into the locker room and met the trainers. And I had called my dad the day before when I had got word, and he flew up. And I'll never forget this. The trainers, they gave me number 26, and that night, my dad got in late, so I'd already gone to the locker room and met the players, Sittler and Salming and Turnbull and Neely and Williams. And I mean, here I was, an American kid, and I think there were only 4 or 5 Americans back then in the entire league. And Hockey Night in Canada and the nerves. And so anyway, I suited up, put my sweater on, and when I walked out, my dad was right there. And of course, I looked at him, and it was pretty emotional, as you might imagine. And
it's like a movie.
I just kind of, yeah, sort of. I mean, I kind of winked at him, and he nodded and told me he loved me, and went out, got ready, and the national anthem. And I was waiting for that first shift, and finally, in the third period, I got a tap to go out. So I went out with, I think it was Stan Weir was the center. And he gave me the puck at right inside the blue line. And I'll never forget this. I took a shot, and Ron Lowe was the Washington goaltender, and I hit the post. And I couldn't believe it. It rang right off the post. And so after the game, Jim Gregory, came over and said, hey, Kurt, that was a good shift, but I'm glad you didn't score. And I thought, I'm glad I didn't score. Why? And he said, we didn't bring you up here